right? A couple of dudes, a couple of bros putting together a kick-ass benefit. Big ups, right? They don't, what? Did you say they have boobs? About boobs, well that makes sense. You know, the only person who likes them more than those guys, probably this guy right here, this guy me. They're good guys. Eddie's a good friend of mine. I feel like Eddie's the most feminist dude I know. Good job, Eddie. Not feminine, feminist. He's the kind of dude who would like take women's studies classes for real, like not just to pick up chicks. I applaud you, Eddie. Sarah Silverman is sick, can't be here tonight. Too bad, too bad. I miss her, you miss her. It was the night it was gonna happen for me and her. So really, her loss. Had my seduction all planned out. We are gonna have to cure breast cancer without you, Sarah. So, find your own cause. No, hope she feels better. Back to the task at hand, and you good-looking people. Hello. I did mention, are there any gay people here besides me? What? Where are my gays at? Where are my straight people? Yeah, super majority. Any former gays? That shit happens, you never know. My sister came out of the closet once. Turned out to be a false alarm. I know, she thought she was gay, turns out she was just easy. I know. I figure it's still proof it's genetic. Being easy, not being gay. Nailed it, I'm easy. What? Oh, it's true. I'm gonna try not to be easy tonight because I'm in a relationship. Anybody in a relationship in here? Woo! Smattering of applause. I try so hard. No, we're monogamous. Do you guys know that word? Monogamy. Say it with me. Monogamy. Sounds made up. It's not. Apparently, it means you have sex with only one person. Usually yourself. Hack joke, nailed it. God, oh, we are on fire up here. Oh, hacky-dack. Oh, hacky-sack, New Jersey. Listen, but it's true, yeah. No, you should not putting out that much. I got sex on the brain, sex and boobs, so I'm in the right place. I feel comfortable with you people. Moving on. Is anybody into the technologies? You guys got iPhones? I'm going somewhere with this. iPhone? Okay, here's the thing. My phone is a dinosaur. I use it once a week to call my mom. I don't really care about the iPhone. But all my friends are into the iPhone for the apps. Like, my apps does this, my apps does that. Gotta get on the apps. Ooh, appy. You know. And I could really care less, except I just heard about an amazing app. Blew my mind. Have you heard of it? The iVibe? Oh, it's as good as it sounds, people. It will turn your iPhone into a vibrator. I don't know why you need that. For the gal on the go, I suppose, just sustains the vibrating function. And I'm curious about it, I gotta be honest. This lady's like, me too. Hey, big smile, I love this app. But I do feel that if the iVibe is good for you, it can't be good for your iPhone. Right? Do you really want to be that girl walking? What? This microphone is embarrassed right now because of its iVibe application. But I'm just thinking, you don't want to be that girl walking into the Mac store, right? Like, geez, don't know what happened to it. I was working fine yesterday. Something must have gummed up the works here. It doesn't take a Mac genius to figure that one out. Bam! That was a Mac one! That person with the glasses, totally with me. This is private right here. Oh, it's lucky. Seriously. It was going so well. And this phallic creature just undid, oh my goodness. Whatever, lady times. Let's talk about lady times, because I had to go to Planned Parenthood last week to get my lip part serviced. Well, somebody's gotta do it. It was interesting, straight people. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about a gay girl in the straight person's world. Because when you go to the Planned Parenthood, they gotta ask you all manner of like embarrassing questions, right? About your sex history to determine your level of risk and awesomeness. Bragged a little. But the thing is they don't always think to ask you like the most obvious question of like, do you bone dudes, right? So I just decided to sit on that little secret for a while and see how far I could go. This adorable person. I mean, I gotta be honest, like for a place run by women's studies majors, a little heterocentric. If you don't know that word, you can ask Eddie. We'll fill you in. But so, you know, she's just cruising right along. Doesn't even occur to her. She's like, you know, are you sexually active? Booyah. Have you ever had sex without a condom? Yes. Are you on the pill? No. She's like, what? At this point, like, alarms are going off, freaking sprinklers full of spermicide just come, like, douse us. She's like, her eyes are bugging out, like, code green, code green. Oh, you know, whatever. I'm like, it's okay, I'm gay. It's okay. So, you know, we get this established, but then as I'm leaving, they give me, Lesbo Sally, a plan B. The abortion pill. Yeah, the morning after pill, to be more politically correct. And I'm looking at this child, and I'm like, well, what's this for? And she's like, just in case. In case what? I slip and fall in a puddle of sperm? Do you know how terribly, horribly awry my plan A is going to have to go for me to meet their plan B? Go ahead and keep that. Listen, people, we've got an amazing lineup today. I'm super stoked for all the hot ladies in the house. Hold on. We need to address this, people. I feel good about my life in this microphone, but if I could get Eddie or Jake to acknowledge whether or not we have a backup microphone.
We're working on it.
Okay, good. Would you like me to bring out our next comic?
Let's do it.
Or continue to dazzle?
No. Let's bring out Lizzie.
All right, you guys, you're in for a treat with our next comedian. You may know her from The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson. Everybody give it up for Lizzie Cooperman.
But the children need play clothes, Captain. But the children need play clothes. They need play clothes. It is a month for benefits. We are benefiting. It is a month for benefits. Last week I did Doctors Without Borders. Tomorrow night I have Nurses Without Barnes and Noble. I'm out of control with the benefits. I'm out of control. When I told my mom I wanted to be a comedian, my mom goes, Lizzie, women who are comedians are fat and depressed. Which just made me think that my mother had been doing stand-up comedy. That, and I found a big black microphone in her sock drawer. Do you think Abraham Lincoln liked the play he was watching, or was he like, somebody put me out of my misery? You know what I want? I just went through a breakup, and I'm not the kind of person when she goes through a breakup, like, gorges herself with Haagen-Dazs, or is like, I'm getting highlights because I deserve it. I'm like more the kind of person to like draw a jellyfish on my stomach and be like, this represents the exploitation of my nervous system. I go crazy. You know what I want? All I want is a guy who will stay at home with me and read the local news. But most guys are turned off when they find out that I'm a metrosexual. Oh boy. I was out the other night and I was approached by this tremendously athletic man, which is so weird in LA because I'm used to dating like nebbishy screenwriters who are like, I live in Studio City, I'm working on a screenplay. I'm just trying to get through plot point one. Plot point one, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Everyone in LA is like, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'm just hoping everything pans out. Sometimes I want to be like, this is how your life panned out. Even if you go to an interview or an audition and you die, that's how it panned out of your life now. And so, this man approached me, and I couldn't believe it, this athletic man, and he comes up to me and he goes, I'm a cage fighter, but I really want to be a life coach. And I was just like, wow, you're from the world. You know, my sister's like, oh, Lizzie, don't go out with him, he's a fighter. And I was like, no, you know what? I want to make love to a man who, like, doesn't know when to stop until he hears 1, 2, 3. No one's going to be there to save me when I tap out. These are the answers to a quiz I just took on Facebook.com. My favorite pizza is... If I could go back in time, my friends would start using me for my time machine. And if I could cure one disease, I'd totally brag about it. Nobody cares when I use Dove Gradual Build Self-Tanning Lotion. It's obviously not working, the Dove Gradual Build. For a while I was addicted to spray tan. Do you know Mystic Tan? Has anybody done it? Yes. There's the ashamed voices. Yes. Yes, I am the greater color. It is the closest you'll ever get to beauty meets sci-fi. It's like so sci-fi that instead of a girl working there who looks like she lost her dreams one night at a frat party, there should be like a bald man in a silver sweatshirt explaining the 3 levels to Mystic Tan. Level 1, you'll be tan but a fortnight and wish you had chosen otherwise. Level 2, you will walk among the commoners and live to tell the tale. And level 3, eternal beauty. It's so sci-fi because when you go in there, you have to get totally naked except for a hairnet, so you just feel like a fucking insecure lunch lady. And then they tell you to stand in scarecrow position, which I just took as making a funny face. And you get this strange sense of euphoria as you stand there and you are slowly sprayed with the deceleration of the women's movement. We're having an economic crisis. Do you feel the crisis? Do you feel the pain? I checked my checking account the other day and the voice was like, you have $1.07. And I was like, wow, there is no difference between me and a heroin addict, except for the fact that I don't feel good. I was fired from the Pottery Barn. I was. Every day at the Pottery Barn, we were supposed to sit in a circle and say what we wanted to be famous for by the end of our shift. What we want to be famous for, and everyone there got really excited about it. Like, the first one would be like, I'm going to be famous for greeting everybody. And everyone there was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's sell some pillow shams. Let's go. That's when someone was like, I'm going to be famous for suggestive selling. Woo! And then it came to me and I was like, I'm going to be famous for the 2009 Pottery Barn Massacre. And then it got awkward. When you work retail, the way you use interesting names for colors, they don't always say, oh, we have it in purple and yellow. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, we have it in eggplant and mustard. But they didn't like the way that I did it. I'd be like, yeah, we have this couch in uncooked hamburger pink. And if you don't like that, we also have it in my dead twin blue. So take a look around, let me know what you like. I've been doing a little babysitting. It's occurred to me that a lot of children's stories... Take it off! A lot of children... Actually, in college, I was a nude model for a bisexual artist, and he didn't paint me, but he said that in order to paint fruit, he needed to feel confused. It's occurred to me that a lot of children's stories have a frog in knickers who answers the door. There's always a frog in knickers, and he's like, welcome! Like it's a full plie. And I want that frog in my life, not only because it would be so cool to have a frog as a butler, but I also want to catch him slacking off and like reprimand him and like abuse him a little bit. I want to come home and see the frog in knickers leap off the couch, and I'll be like, oh no, Winthrop. Because you know a frog in knickers if you named Winthrop? I'll be like, sit back down, Winthrop, we'll count it as another lunch break. I'll be like, I answered the door like 27 times. I'll be like, oh really, Winthrop? Well, that's not what I have on tape. And I'll press play, it'll be him like whacking off to Wind in the Willows and eating potato chips. And I'm like, you know how many badgers and blazers are dying for this position? Okay, I'm gonna end with this, and this is basically my autobiography, but I'm gonna need some help. More, morongo! More! Yes, my apartment smells like hamsters, but I don't own a hamster! More! Yes, my commercial agent fired me in a mass email! More! casino. My mom is still shopping at Chico's. More. Yes, my grandmother committed suicide by drinking a bottle of perfume. And it was so sad. And then we had to cremate her. But now we have this really beautiful bowl of potpourri on the dining room table. Which is strange because she drank eternity. Morongo Resort and Casino. More. Morongo. Yes, Morongo Resort and Casino. 21 Jump Street star Richard Grieco. Centella Woman star Al Pacino. More. Thank you, good night.
How'd that work out for you guys? That's a musical interlude.
Oh yeah, we're in business now,
Ball. Without further delay, everybody get ready to be dazzled. You've seen this next woman in her half-hour Comedy Central special. What? Put your hands together for Megan Mooney.
Everyone should jump. Good to be here. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm one of 7 kids. My parents had 7 kids. Every time I tell people that, they say the same thing. They're like, oh my God, you don't even look Mexican. I'm not. I'm Irish. It's the exact same thing. That just means my parents are Catholic. And if your parents are Catholic, they love 2 things, Jesus and liquor. I don't trust people that only love one of those. I have 2 kids, which is nice. I enjoy it. You don't seem that impressed. I don't give a shit. Okay. The best thing about having children is not being pregnant, because that is 9 horrible months of your life. There's one lady that ruins it. She's like, I never felt more beautiful ever. Like, I'm gonna punch you in your fat ankles right now. You're lying to all of us. I didn't enjoy being pregnant because it was the same conversation you have to have for 9 straight months, and you don't even get to pick the conversation. Like, my friends would announce their pregnancy, and people would be like, are you going back to work? That's what they wanted to talk about. I announced my pregnancy, and people are like, oh my God, do you miss the drinking? That's the first thing. I don't have any of you, it's embarrassing. People are like, oh, you have to miss the drinking. I was always like, not so much. You know what, I miss the gangbangs. Nobody cares that you drink too much. By the way, if you don't like that joke, then you've never been to a good gangbang. That's not my fault. What is she talking about? I lack the ability to compliment people without sounding sarcastic. I don't know if anybody else suffers from this. Yeah, I'll be like, oh, that's a really cute sweater. My friend's like, oh, you fuck off. I'm like, that's aggressive. I didn't get that. But my friends over-compliment each other, and I find it difficult to listen to sometimes. Do you ever have friends like that? When everyone's like, oh my God, Susan, that's a lovely blazer. And I'm like, oh God, this is what we're talking about? I immediately start daydreaming. And then my friend Susan goes, do you want to hear a secret? And I'm like, I'm back in. I will listen to what you have to say. If you ask me, do you want to hear a secret? I will drop my baby. I hear what you have to say, because I love a good secret. But my friend Susan, this is her secret. She goes, I got this at Sears. And I was like, that's the worst fucking secret I have ever heard in my entire life. If you utter the phrase, do you want to hear a secret, you better back it up with something awesome like I stabbed a hooker. That's a secret, right? My husband has 3 balls. Which, by the way, I started telling all of my friends. And it was fantastic, because we'll go to a party, and he'll try to hug them, and they're like, Back it up, Molly. Not today. It's gotta be 3 balls. 1 ball, something bad may have happened. It's tragic. They feel sorry for him. 3 is he lived too close to power lines. They're like, what? Are they webbed? I have a friend who's gay, and I only bring that up because it's pertinent to the story. It's not like that's how I introduce her to people. I'm not like, it's my friend Kat, she's gay, why don't you guys make out? We talk on the phone nearly every day. We hang out, talk on the phone about whatever, and she started dating someone 2 weeks ago. And guess how long it's been since she's called me back? Yeah, 2 weeks. That's some cold shit, isn't it? It makes me question our friendship. It makes me question myself, and I started to get sad about it. And then I was like, calm down, Megan. Maybe she's not ignoring you. Maybe she has a really sore tongue. You either get free or brilliant. You don't get both. It was a fun, classless joke to do. One person clapped, so you know what? Whatever. It's 12% of this crowd. I can take it. I'll moonwalk off this stage. I don't give a shit. I started, I have to listen to a lot of people talk about things that I don't really care to ever listen to. You ever talk to someone and you're 2 minutes into the conversation, you know it's got another 38 minutes of legs, but you can't, you're like, oh, do I stab them? What do I do? Jesus. Like you think about tackling them, but you're like, we're at a party, not appropriate. Here's what I started doing, and it's 100% effective. It works every single time. When they start yammering on and on, it's usually someone who doesn't even know they're annoying. They're like, my cat doesn't even think he's a cat. More mitten stories. So, what I started doing is when they're talking, don't even wait for a break. This is what I do. They go, yeah. I go, do you want to arm wrestle? I've done this 4 times. They say the exact same thing every time. They go, what? You say it louder and slower, like they may have been too dumb to understand the first time, but it's just double insulting, right? Do you want to arm wrestle? Now they're forced to acknowledge a ridiculous question that I have asked them, and they'll go, no, and go, all right, see you later. That's how you walk after you ask somebody to just stare at them from across the room like an hour later with a finger sandwich. So dumb. I grew up with a raging sexist for a grandfather. That was no fun. Here's how I could tell he was sexist. Every Christmas he would give us gifts, and he would bulk buy his gifts. All the boys would get the same gift, and all the girls would get the same gift. And he'd be like, fellas, gather around. Grandpa's got your gift this year. We're all excited, right? He's like, here, he holds up a football. These are footballs, boys. Learn to play sport. Ladies love an athlete. Smack him on the ass. Merry Christmas. They're all like, yeah, we love football. He's like, girls, your turn. Gather around. Grandpa's got your gift for you. We're all excited. What could it be? And he's like, this here's a typewriter. We're like, what? He's like, yeah, learn to use it so you can get yourself a valuable skill and find yourself a husband. Stop crying. There's more. This is a jump rope. Nobody likes to bang a fat secretary. Some of you are laughing because you know that's funny. Others are sad because you like banging fat secretaries. I'm not here to bring up your issues. I'm just trying to enjoy it. Wednesday? Is it Wednesday? Who gives a shit? You guys don't care what day it is. Why do you not trust me at this point in the show? As soon as I stop talking, you're like, what's she gonna do next? I hope it's a good one. Hold on, let me make sure I did all the ones that I like. This is new, but I don't even know. Sir. Cannot hurt my feelings at a charity event. I have a 1-year-old daughter, and we were hanging out because I have to bring her everywhere. So this older guy says to me, he's like looking at her or whatever, and she's kind of looking at him, and he goes, "What a flirt!" I was like, is that creepy for an old dude? I was like, what? And he goes, yeah, she's flirting with me. And I'm like, this one? She's a real cock tease, huh? Who calls it baby to flirt. I've always wanted to bring one of my babies to a tanning salon just to see what people would do. It wouldn't really tan my baby, but I think it'd be hilarious just to walk in and be like, yeah, he's in a wedding next week. He's all like baby grows pale. Should I do the booth or the spray? I wouldn't tan my baby, but if I was forced to tan my baby, there are no circumstances in my life. Somebody could be like, tan your baby or else, and I'd be like, I've thought about it. What would you do if you had to tan your baby? Booth or spray? Spray, correct. You know why? Because that way you'd have an outline of a baby on you. How cute is that shit? Baby claw prints. People assume because I have kids, I can watch theirs. That is a bad assumption. You know your own kids, right? You're like, oh, I know what it likes and doesn't like. But when somebody handed me a baby one time, I was like, oh, what? It was my husband's friend's wife. I'm like, what's her name? And he's like, oh. So I'm just holding this kid. I'm like, other people's kids are like exotic pets to me. And I'm like, what does it eat? What does it do? Does it need to be under a lamp? Holy shit. I didn't even know if it walked. I was just like, holy shit, does it walk? So I just lowered it to the ground slowly. So its little tiny feet finally touched, and I'm like, fuck it, and just let go. And it started running, and I was like, all right, good, we're good. I have a mom who can't tell when people are gay, which makes me laugh. Like, my mom can't, even if you're like crazy gay, my mom can't tell. You can be leaving the gay parade, and my mom will be like, you, sir, twirl a hell of a baton. That is a very fancy shirt you made that. Oh, wow. Harry, he cooks and sews. I think he owns a bedazzler. It's Mary. Even my friends that are lesbian, she's like, who's a lesbian? That woman in the tuxedo? I don't think so, Megan. Maybe she knows magic or works in a fancy restaurant. What are you talking about, man? I sound like her, which is awful, growing up, sounding like one of your parents, because people just talk to you like you're them, but you're not them. My mom's friends, they didn't even care. They just launch in. They'd be like, hello. And they're like, hey, Jan. Before I can even tell them I'm not Jan, they're like, we're going to Chi-Chi's for ladies' night on Tuesday. Do you still have the sombreros we bought in Tijuana? In 8th grade. I always did the same thing. I'm like, why don't you ram it up your can, Coke? So it's funny to do that to your parents' friends. My mom's like, that wasn't very nice. That person must think you're rude. And I'd be like, not really, Mom. They kind of think you're rude. Some manners, you're tearing our family apart. This last time I ever did it when my dad called the house, I pretended to be my mom. That's a horrible idea. Yeah, where were you that day? You already know what's gonna happen. I was like, oh, and he goes, Jan, is that you? And I'm like, yeah. What do you need? Because I'm so glad you answered. I'm so horny. Hold, please. Let me get Mom, then kill myself. That's the sickest shit I've ever heard my entire life. Thank you guys very much.
Fantastic. Are we having fun or what? It's about to get funner. Because that's a word. People, it's time for a beer break. Beer break, bring in the volunteers. It's a beer break. This is the time where we encourage you to have more to drink. Your beers are $3 and your wines are $2. If you want to make a white wine spritzer, you might be in the wrong room. But maybe not. I don't know. Enjoy. There's volunteers everywhere. Volunteers, I encourage you to use both rows. Look at all of those thirsty people. Up next to Chris Matu. Chris Matu $2 wine spritzers. Oh, and there's even passing music. You guys are good looking with the lights on. I liked you with the lights on too, but I feel like we could all use a drink after thinking about our parents. up here. That's right. Can't throw down. You never know what's gonna happen if you hand out booze between comics. All right, good. I'll play some shaking music. Don't expect me to keep my activity short too. Sorry, I'm gonna snap. It's really interesting. This microphone. I kind of forgot it was on when I said that. Alright. How we doing? We got a lot of drinks? Let's cut that music. Oh, look, the lights went out. Oh, look. Hello, volunteers. Hello, voluntarios. Nice. Alright, I feel good about it. I think you guys should feel good about it, too. You were a very good-looking crowd. You are sexier than Twilight. I dare say so myself, and I said it. Twilight, do you guys even like Twilight? No, you don't! There's nothing sexy about Twilight. Vampires are not sexy. There, I said it. I've made enemies. But myself personally, if I had to date a member of the undead, it would not be a vampire. I would choose a zombie. Because I want somebody who wants me for my brains. Okay, I'm good with that. Alright, good. I feel good. Now we can move on. We're about to bring out your next comic. Your next comic is amazingly talented. She's a writer and a regular on Chelsea Lately. She also has a book coming out called You Will Never Blue Ball in This Town Again. I'm looking forward to it myself. Give it up for Heather Macdonald!
Guys, thanks for coming out for cancer. Hey, nice. Good to be charitable. Do your Christian service hours and Catholic. Done all that. Oh, I've actually been married for 9.5 years. Thank you. Happily for 4. Just some ups and downs, peaks and valleys, people. Thanks for the support. Just trying to keep the family together. No, I try to be really positive, and I try to work The Secret. Do we have people who work The Secret? It's like I have a vision board of infinity pools I've yet to own, but I try to be positive. But it can be kind of annoying because some people get overly positive, like Drew Barrymore. Every time she's interviewed, she's like, yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm so incredibly blessed. Thank you. It's amazing. This year has been such a blessing. I mean, to work with my hero, Jessica Lange, in Grey Gardens, and then to get a Golden Globe is just so undeserved and so appreciated. And then I got to direct a movie this year called Whip It, which was about roller skating and sisterhood, and thank you so much for coming out. Now she's got like this new CoverGirl campaign, have you guys seen it, where she's like, new Lash Blast Mascara. With 50% more bristles, it's a stroke of genius for big, bold, easy, breezy, splash-proof lashes. I'm like, who wrote this copy? Do they not know who their spokesperson is? Could they have written something with more freaking S's? Seriously. It's ridiculous. I saw that freaking Octomom today on The View. Did anybody see it? Okay, well, she was on the cover of Star because she lost all this weight. And so every picture of her on the cover of Star is like... And I'm like, what? She's saying she really lost it, like, naturally. So today she's on The View. She is cracked up on some diet pills or something. She's like, yes, I know, yes. And she's like freaking out. And then like, Whoopi's like, and they just, it's amazing. Everybody needs to YouTube it. And they're like, just, yes. At first I was a little bit delusional. I thought I could do everything, but I could listen 2 hours a day. I'm like, holy shit. This is not the same woman who talked to Dr. Phil who was like, yes, I do it for my family. Like, she was calm. Now oh my God, it was amazing. It was amazing. I have 3 kids. I have 2 little boys. I also have a beautiful stepdaughter named Mackenzie. And actually, she's half Vietnamese, so yes, I do enjoy the free foot massages every other weekend. It was like a little treat for yourself. Really makes the whole exchange process worth it. And for the most part, we get along, but I have to be honest, it's just like sometimes her mom will just get obsessed with things. I'm not exaggerating. Like, we'll have her for 2 days and get no less than 6 phone calls that go something like this. Hi, I'm Mackenzie Mom. I'm just calling to make sure that you give Mackenzie broccoli. She like the healthy food. She like the healthy broccoli. Don't just you give a hot dog and popcorn like you give to your boy. And you make sure it fresh not frozen neither. And you know I'm special at Ralph's, so you can afford it. You tell Peter he can afford it. And no, you can afford it. And you cut up a little piece with a little bit of soy. So that good? Isn't that good? Isn't that good? Isn't that good for my Mackenzie? She like the healthy food. She like the healthy broccoli, babe.
I'm like, fuck, I get it. She likes the broccoli. God, give a stepmother a break. Shit. Oh. God. My biggest fear, I was watching this thing on the news the other day, which freaked me out. The thing that bothers me the most, this is what bothers me the most, is whenever an animal trainer is attacked by their own animal, and no matter how bad the attack is, they will always defend the animal. There was this woman, she had a cheetah, it attacked her, she was being interviewed about it, and she's like, well, something just must have happened to Kitty. Something must have been Kitty, a car must have gone by. Kitty was on my face, I said, Kitty, this is about you. It's me. I'm like, if that was me, I'd be like, what the fuck, Kitty? I let you live in my apartment with me? Look at my face, now who's gonna want to bury me, Kitty? God! What a fucking unappreciative cheetah! And as a parent, that's your biggest fear, is that your child will not appreciate you. That's why I choose not to spend that much time with my kids. Because I don't want to wake up at 50 and be like, I can't get the best years of my life. Because I didn't. I'm out with you guys. I'm drinking. I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty satisfied. No, because it's when I'm on Chelsea lately, which once in a while we'll TiVo it when I'm on, and we get it at 8 o'clock, and so sometimes it will interrupt what my son is watching in the playroom. And this is all I'll hear. Ah, Mom, you're on again, and you're talking, and you're so boring, and I was watching SpongeBob. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, are you on TV, you little shit? What the hell? Oh, I'm sorry that the woman who gave birth to you happened to interrupt an episode about a pineapple under the sea. I'm the big asshole mommy. God, it so pisses me off. Like I said before, I am Catholic. I went to the full, Catholic school up to 12 years. And there was one story in the Bible that would always bother me. Remember when Jesus took off, he was 13, and Mary was totally worried. She didn't know where he was, and she found him in the temple. And she's like, oh my God, thank God you're here. And he's like, woman, don't you know who I am? If I was Mary, I'd be like, yeah, I know who you are, okay? I gave birth to you without having any sex, mind you, let alone an orgasm, in a manger with hay up my ass, no epidural, 3 strange men that insist on being there. Oh, so sorry that I'm worried about you. God! That story, I was always like, God, Jesus is kind of a dick. This poor mother. She didn't know where he was. She didn't know he was preaching to the other people in the temple. God. That's why I always knew, there's no way. Sometimes I'd be like, when I was pregnant, I was like, could it be? What if it was? But no, it's not with my patients. There's no way. This thing Now, my little son is so cute. The 3-year-old, though. He's very... And this summer, at 3, he learned how to swim, which was kind of young, for most people. And so we would be at pool parties, and he can swim, but to the average person besides my husband and I, it looks like he's drowning. So I'd be at a pool party, my back's to the water, I'm drinking some Chardonnay, fully clothed adults are jumping in to try to save him. I'm like, no, he likes hanging out in the bottom. He can just hold his breath really long, because I'd be doing an impression of a Real Housewife or something, because I'm like, God, everyone just relax, I didn't finish the story. I am obsessed with the Housewives. I've watched, thank you. Okay, this season is the Orange County. And my favorite was, are we watching Orange County?
Yes.
Okay, well for those who have a life but don't watch it, there's this one Lynn. And she got a facelift, and now her neck doesn't move. So she's so she comes home, they get evicted, and because the husband didn't pay the rent, and she's like, I am so mad. I
I'm so mad. I'm furious. I didn't know this was happening. And I'm like, yeah, well, maybe the rent money has been pulled back behind your ears where you're fucking fighting. Like, God, you stupid bitch. You know, that's where the rent money is. You and your cuffs and your hard tits. God. Really pisses me off. Ugh. I love the Atlanta Housewives, though, because the Atlanta Housewives was it was 5 women, 4 were black, and 1 was white, and the white one had the bad wig, which was my favorite. And then there was this black woman named Sheree, and she called herself Sheba Sheree. And Sheba Sheree, they accused her of pulling the wig, and then she's like, I didn't try to pull it, I just wanted to tuck it a little. Oh my God, and then the white girl, somehow, while she's drinking and smoking, manages to cut a hit record. So she's like in the studio, and she's like, don't be tardy for the party. Oh, don't be tardy for the party. Oh. Loved it. I can't get enough. It's really. I watched The Bachelor. You know, my husband is 6'3", and he's not here tonight, so I'll tell you he's over 240. I know. But anyway, he's working on it. And so the thing that bothers me about The Bachelor is in every Bachelor, it's like, hey, you. A big leap, and they grab their legs around it. I'm like, never in my 10 years of being with my husband, and he could carry me, has that ever occurred to me to just be like, what? Oh, I'm just so little. On the wings of love. God. Vienna can't get her roots done. What is there, no peroxide on the fucking St. Lucia Island? Oh, she's a piece of white trash. Jake's not gonna like that. That Christian Jake's gonna realize. Oh, there's so many stories about her. Okay, I'm sure you guys all know that she depleted her husband's bank account while he was in Iraq for a pair of new tits. She did. God, read your Us Weekly. What's wrong with you people? This is LA. What else did I want? Oh, let me just tell you, for people who don't have kids, there's certain things, once you have kids, you may haven't enjoyed as a single person that you will now hate, like going to ski. Let me just tell you, we went to Big Bear. Hello, 909, not pleasant. Okay, so I take the 3 kids with my husband. We're like, we gotta try it. They gotta go skiing. We gotta do it once. Oh my God, by the time I got in all the gear, I have the kids, I'm putting on the helmets, now I'm pinching their skins, now they're crying, now they're hot. Where's the glove? Where's the extra glove? Do the pie, do the pie. Oh. And then I'm like walking, have you guys seen Hurt Locker? I felt like that guy. 10:26, only 6 more hours. Okay, you're doing it. Oh, what a fucking nightmare. I'm like, well, now you can go with a friend. I have no desire to ever see the snow again. That just killed it for me. I know it sounds like, God, you're kind of a pain in the ass. But I'm sorry, it was just, it's really freaking exhausting. But my little son, the 3-year-old, is, whenever Dancing with the Stars comes on or American Idol, he just goes crazy. He just absolutely loves it. He loves to sing and dance, which means one of 2 things. He's either gay or, well, he's gay. But, you know, obviously I can dream. I hope that's what happens. I want his lover and he to come over and be like, your mother's Heather Macdonald? Let's take her to brunch. Can you do a Drew Barrymore? Like, obviously, I'm hoping for this, okay? I want to go to the Chart House or Joffrey's or something 20 years from now. But my friend's like, don't get your hopes up. You don't know for sure if he's gay or not, because what kind of music did Drake, my 7-year-old, like when he was that age? And I was like, well, Mexican, because we were going through a lot of remodeling at the time, and he just really took to it, and you know, sometimes though, I do watch a lot of reality shows and I'm obsessed with it. Like, I love the Kardashians. You know, I love I can't help, because it's like every episode is like, what's up, doll? Hey, Court, you look gorgeous, right back at you. Wait, where's Chloe? Wait, that's so weird. Where is Chloe? Wait, we need to find her. Wait. And then the mom chimes in. Well, no one could find Chloe, and Kim had a major quick trim event. She had had hair and makeup coming, and then she had to go to dinner, eat something, walk the red carpet, and pose. She is exhausted. This is a total disaster. Wait, Kim, we need to find Chloe, because this is weird. Do you think that, like, homeless guy hanging outside a Dash, like, killed her? Wait, that's so weird. Do you think? Wait, I have a split end. This is annoying. This is, like, more annoying than Scott. This split end is so bad. Well, the girls were concerned that Chloe could be dead. And it really meant a lot to me that they cared that much about their little sister. I knew we had to get to the bottom of it, but one thing we knew for sure was we couldn't tell Bruce. I did like that she had the baby. I'm done having kids when my husband's done, so if I came home with one, it'd be awkward. But I get jealous, like when my friends are pregnant or people have, I just get jealous that little bit, like the new baby, or even when I watched that show, like I didn't know I was pregnant. I'm like, God, why can't I be fat enough to have a cramp, go to the hospital, and come home with a baby? How great would that be? Because it's like, you don't have to think about, can I afford it? Do I have to get up the sushi or the alcohol? Do I have to get the retard test? No, you don't, because you didn't know. You didn't know that you were pregnant. And of course, everyone's going to be happy. They're going to be like, oh, God, that's great. No one's going to say anything about it. You're just like, hey, that's my baby, Great. The other day, my agent called and he's like, hey, do you want to do a private event? And you always, as a comic, you kind of want to do that. It pays well, it's nice. And I was like, well, what is it? And he's like, well, it's a swingers convention. And I was like swing dancing? He's like, no, like swingers. And I'm like, oh my God. Now, I'll be totally honest. Like, my husband and I, we're pretty much bread and butter boners. Like, I'm not into any funky shit. I live in the valley, but I'm not going to any key parties. So and also when you do these private events, like if I was to do an accounting thing, you kind of have to learn to do some jokes about people. You don't have to be like, oh, Brad and his calculator. So all I can think about is like, oh my God, what if I did this? And I had to come up with like material they could relate to it. I was like, hey ladies, when your neighbor's doing you from behind and then you see your other neighbor walk in and you think, I never returned that casserole dish. Awkward! Guys, thanks for coming out tonight.
Not only she's gonna have another McDonald. Let's all have our secret babies. Awesome. The next lady coming up is very, very funny. You've seen her on The Tonight Show a majillion times. Also on Chelsea lately, give it up for Natasha Leggero.
So this is great to be in a theater, finally. I don't even need this mic. I went to acting conservatory in New York, which taught me how to be a working actor in the 1700s. To the back of the auditorium, Natasha, to the back of the auditorium. It's Tuesday, liquid U as in Tuesday. So now I moved to LA and I'd go to auditions and I'd be like, Bud Light, it has drinkability. So that's why I'm a comedian. You can't just get rid of the accent, it costs $29,000. Heather was talking about that show, I didn't know I was pregnant. Have you guys all seen this show? Yeah. Okay, so if anyone hasn't seen it, basically it's hilarious. But what happens is, these women are walking around town, I don't know, maybe they're going camping, all of a sudden a baby comes out. Usually in a toilet. And they have no idea they're pregnant. And so it's on the Learning Channel. So the Learning Channel is trying to make the show educational. So then in between their stories, which are acted out by people who just moved to Hollywood. It's like their first acting job. In between their stories, the hosts will be like, pregnancy tip number 2, this can happen to you. No, it can't. No one smart's having a toilet baby. It's not like, darling, you'll never guess what's come out of my vagina. It's always like, oh, baby, come out, well, I do. You never hear stories on that show like, well, I was making my way down to the stables because Velvet Crusader had been nickering about. And I looked down, and you'll never guess what came forth from my loins. Baby Arthur. Every story on that show. I just finished doing the Batman ride at Six Flags. Going to get me another cotton candy stick. I look down, there is a baby in my shoe. I thought it was a prize. Yeah, I just failed my third GED, and I'm walking past the stoplight. I look down, there is a baby on the street. I walk 2 blocks, that damn thing's following me. You do not know you're pregnant. That woman's so animals know they're pregnant. Like, that woman's so dumb that when she went in the bathroom and launched the child into the toilet, the first thing she probably thought was, I don't remember eating no baby. And the kid who probably already has a higher reading level than her is like, should I seriously just pop out of this idiot and into a toilet? Girls are cute. Thanks for coming out. Have you ever noticed that your ugliest friend is the most afraid of getting raped? Relax. I think you're gonna be alright. There's at least 3 of us in line before you. I was in a, what's it called? Victoria's Secret? What is this shithole? It's like the only place you can buy. God, and by the way, what's the big secret? Like, what is Victoria's Secret? I have a few ideas. She runs a sweatshop in Thailand. That could be one of her secrets. What else? She's really a man named Victor, who's gotten very rich selling us shit underwear. Maybe she poaches all her sales girls from In-N-Out Burger. Who are those people working there? What is that place? It's so weird. Have you ever had to go there, sir? It's embarrassing, right? It's embarrassing to just be a part of the species whose mating ritual involves us, like, putting a rope up our butt and, like, shoving our tits up to our head and, like, pretending like it's normal. Thank God we're the only people who are like the only species who wear lingerie, right? Like, can you imagine like an eagle in a G-string? That is weird though to walk around. Like, no girl wants to have a string up her butt. Like, who invented that That was invented by a slut in the 90s. The G-string, right? Like, we didn't do that. They weren't doing that in the 70s, were they? All right. You know it's slutty because like. It's like an instant is that a word? Slutification device? Like if you just put, like you wouldn't put a G-string on a baby. Like a diaper G-string, like, you put a G-string on a plant, it looks like a slut. Just like hanging on a portrait of Edgar Allan Poe, he's like a slut. I didn't really memorize this, so hold on. Can you imagine someone in like the Old Testament wearing a G-string? Like it just immediately makes you lose credit. It's like a neck tattoo. But it's like, why is that? It's like what's the difference between just showing your butt and then showing your butt with a string up your ass? It's like a G-string was made to legally cover your asshole. Don't strippers just have that thing, like just to, I know this isn't very sexy. But it's just showing that women are in heat, right? Like women go shopping for the lingerie to show that they're ready to fuck. It's so gross. Like There's no difference between a primate's like butt flaring and some slut in a G-string. The only difference is the primate will keep the baby. Did I get it wrong? Well, maybe I'll just Twitter that then. It's embarrassing being a woman. My little brother's obsessed with Tom Leggero. Do you guys know who that is? Oh God, I know. My brother, like, Tom Leggero basically he teaches guys how to get laid, but his whole thing is like, spend the least amount of money and get the most amount of pussy. So disgusting. And like, I'll hear him talk, like, because my brother's constantly got him on like Sirius radio, and he's always giving dating advice, and he'll say things like, hey guys, listen, if you like a chick, don't let her drink beer or wine. Hard liquor only. I like to call that rape tip number 1. And he like doesn't want you to feed girls. He's like, don't take them out to dinner. Here's what you do. If you gotta take them out, you make sure to eat at home first. That way when you go out to dinner, you just order a salad. She don't want to seem like a pig. She order a salad. You can save money. Yeah. He high-fived that, just so you know. Tom Leggero. The worst advice I've heard him give, though, he'll tell guys, he's like, hey, listen, here's what you do. Make sure to always carry a little thing of Tabasco sauce with you in your pocket. That way when you're done fucking her, put some of that in the used condom. When you go, she ain't gonna try to re-inseminate herself and have your baby. Whoa. What universe are you living in, Tom Leggero, where some woman wants to have your disgusting baby so badly? First of all, pick up your gross mess. But then you're gonna leave that there, and then after you leave, she's gonna flip herself upside down.
Carol, come over quick, I'm on fire!
Who carries condiments in their pocket? A fat ass. You know he's got a little thing of mayonnaise in there in case a couple pieces of bread come his way. He doesn't really talk like that. So I was walking down my street and I saw this big line of poor people, and I thought, oh great, the bread line started. And then I saw it was a line to get into Circuit City for their going out of business sale. And I don't know what it is about poor people in television sets, but they have to have them. And it's an interesting time we're living in, because basically we're entering the second Great Depression. The only difference is now people are going to be starving while watching high-definition television. Struck a chord close to home in this crowd, I guess. There are TVs everywhere. It is so depressing to me. Like, you can go to, like, the nicest oyster bar in Manhattan, and there are, like, football reruns, like, blaring on the TV. This isn't funny, but it fucking pisses me off. Like, imagine if we could just replace the television sets with pianos. Then everyone would be gay. I just realized how gay that is. I was like, I'm gonna pitch that to this crowd.
Oh yeah, this is delicious. What happened here with the microphone stand? Oh god. Oh, the next person that's coming up. Oh, nice. You know her as Officer Tig on the Sarah Silverman program. That kind of gives it away. She's delightful and lovely. Give it up for Tig Notaro. How are you? I'm good. Is a man now, and he changed his name from Chastity to Chaz. So basically, he just kept the Chaz and cut off the titty. And just have a little family.
to say things like, "Oh, that grossed me out. I just threw up a little in my mouth." Or, "Oh my God, you're so funny. I just peed a little." It's like, you're a gross person. Why don't you clean up yourself a bit and then rejoin polite society? Put yourself together. When you say those things, you cause me to shed my uterine lining. I flew back from the East Coast, and I was seated in the emergency exit row, and the flight attendant came up and was like, I was just wondering if, in the event of an emergency, you'd be willing to help out. And I was like, yeah. Totally. If you need anything, you come grab me. I was just wondering if maybe we could wait and see what kind of shape I'm in after the plane plummets 30,000 feet. Like, I don't even know if I'm going to be sitting here anymore. There's a pretty good chance I'm going to be lodged in an overhead compartment, missing my head. But absolutely, you come grab me if you need anything. I feel like they think that when the plane falls from the sky, you just hit your head on the seat in front of you and pop your seatbelt off, and you're like, all right, who needs help? No, you got cool. I'm from the emergency exit. Like, are they gonna really hold me to that? Where's that woman from 12E? No, you guys, she said she'd help us out. First sign of trouble and she was gone. I appreciate you in the front row. Everything I say, she's like... You don't want for 1 second for me to think that you were not listening. She's like this. Meanwhile, she's yawning. I find your pacing boring. That's what somebody did to me when I first started stand-up. I was like nervous on stage, and I looked down and somebody was going. Oh, and then this happened, and then it was funny. I went to a party here in Los Angeles, and it was a very intimate party, like 15 people there maybe, and my friend Pam and I were like walking out, and she said, "Do you know who that was at the door?" And I was like, "No." She's like, "That was Taylor Dane." And I was like, oh my God. I love Taylor Dane. I ran back in, and I don't love Taylor Dane ironically. I love Taylor Dane. And if you don't know who Taylor Dane is, do you? I love it that I'm like, do you? Like there's only one person in here. No, yes. No, oh, yes. No, Rob, no. Taylor Dane was a popular singer in the late 80s, early 90s. Sang ballads, like slow love songs and some dance tunes. Remember Tell It to My Heart? Remember that? Tell to my My voice came out. And Love Will Lead You Back. Anyway, I love Taylor Dane, and I just bolted back in, and she was talking to somebody near the door, and I walked up to her, and I said, "Excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you. I just have to tell you, I love your voice." And she said, "Yeah, I don't do that anymore." She turned away. And I was like, and this other friend of mine was doubled over laughing at me. She's like, "Yeah, you just got dissed by Taylor Dane." I was like, "Oh my God." And I left. And then 9 months later, I was out to eat with that same friend of mine, Pam. There was a party of 10 seated behind me. Guess who was sitting there? You're not going to believe it. Yes, Taylor Dane. Taylor Dane was sitting there. My friend was like, "Oh my God, you have to say something." I was like, "No question." I just didn't know what I was going to say. Because I still love Taylor Dane, but I don't respect her anymore. And then I thought, the best thing I could say to her would be the exact same sentence I said to her the first time. So I turned around and I interrupted her entire dinner. And I looked at her and I said, "Excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you, but I just have to tell you, I love your voice." And she said, "My speaking voice?" And I said, "Yes." I was sitting here with my friend. I heard somebody talking at the table behind me. And I said, "I need to turn around and compliment this person on their speaking voice." And what I didn't know at the time was that Taylor Dane had stopped singing and she was pursuing acting, so I guess she was not accepting compliments on her voice anymore. So then like a year passed. And I'm at my writing partner's house, and my phone rings, and it's Sarah Silverman. And she's like, and at this time she was dating Jimmy Kimmel at the time, and she was like, "Guess who's releasing an album on Jimmy's show tomorrow?" It was Taylor Dane. Somebody's not good with patterns. So Sarah's like, "She's releasing her album on Jimmy's show tomorrow. You have to come down. I want you to say those same words to her." Because at this point, all my friends know how easy it is to run into Taylor Dane. I'm like tripping over a woman. I'm not even sure that she's not here tonight. Ma'am, I feel like you don't get me. So Sarah's like, "You gotta come down." And I was like, "No question." So I hang up the phone with her. And Kyle and I ordered lunch. Kyle, my writing partner, and I ordered lunch to be picked up at this restaurant. So I hang up the phone with Sarah. And then we walk across the street to a strip mall. We walk in, Kyle's walking in front of me, and he looks over at this table. And at this point, I'm like, of course. Yeah, go, of course. And so our food is waiting for us to be picked up, and Kyle's like walking around like in a complete panic, about to have a stroke. And I'm like, what is your problem? And he's like, I know what's about to happen. You're about to say those words to her again. I was like, so what? This has nothing to do with you. I know, it just makes me so uncomfortable. He's like, I can't wait. So, I was like, there is one thing I need you to do. And he was like, what? I said, nobody believes that I keep running into Taylor Dane. And just for the record, this story I'm telling you right now, I had to cut out other times. Because this story went on for like 15 minutes. And if you already think it's at a ridiculous point, I have no idea. So it's like, what I need you to do, Kyle, when I go over and interrupt Taylor Dane's lunch to say that exact same sentence to her, I want you to take my cell phone, which at the time I had a flip open, whatever, cell phone, and it had a rotating lens. I said, when I'm talking to her, I want you to just film in the general vicinity. Just get what you can. Okay. So I walk over. She's having lunch with this woman. I walk up and I'm like, excuse me. I'm sorry to bother you, but I just have to tell you, I love your voice. And she said, thank you. And I was like, because she was releasing an album, I guess she was accepting compliments again. But the best part was that when Kyle and I looked at that video, you didn't hear me talking to Taylor Dane. You just saw me go up and go. And over that footage was Kyle having an imaginary conversation. So over that footage, she's like, yeah, hey, what's going on? No, we're at the pizza cafe. We're at the chicken pizza cafe. No, at the California Pizza Kitchen Cafe. It was his choice. He didn't have to say anything. He could have just been like checking his messages. But instead, he's created this person. And you'd think if it was in his control, he'd create like a cool friend or something. But instead, he's created this totally difficult guy that will not let the small stuff slide. And the whole time he's like, whoa, back up, buddy. I don't know where this place is. What do you, the chicken, no, man. I don't know of any chicken cafe. And I feel pretty certain, actually, that I'm the reason Taylor Dane released an album again. I know she went up to her manager and was like, I gotta release an album. My fans miss me. They love me. They're all he-she looking robots. Excuse me. I'm sorry to bother you. Excuse me. I'm sorry to bother you. But I was going to tell you, I love you. Excuse me. Thank you. Good night.
Awesome, Bob. That was awesome. We're getting ready for our headlining act. They got a lot of things to be setting up. I also just wanted to let you guys know what you have done here tonight at this benefit. Thus far, we, as a community, have raised $2,600 going towards our mammograms and general healthiness. What's gonna be your mammogram? Okay, I've been thinking of that all day, so thank you. Also, the food truck is staying after the show. Just, you know, make a little room, people. Still time for more cures. What else do I need to tell you guys? Anything? Anything else I need to tell them? Yes, because we're still shuffling about?
If they'd like to make an additional donation, feel free to use the envelopes. There's a box in the lobby.
Did you see how I said that without moving my mouth? Amazeballs. Your next act, is ready. Okay, these people are amazingly talented. You are in for a treat. Their real names are Ricky Lindholm and Kate McCucci. But you will know them, henceforth and forever, as Garfunkel and Oates.
I was like falling over backstage listening to that Taylor James. I'm me, yeah, I guess. So this song happened because I was in the bank and that song "Kissed by a Rose" by Seal. That's my least favorite song of all time, hands down. And I had to listen to it the entire way in the line, and it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And I forgot how bad it was, and yeah, it starts off so bad, and you think you can't get worse than it does. And I called Kate after, and I was like, "What songs did you hate growing up?" And we decided to put them all into one medley of awesome songs.
I love you always, forever, near and far, close and together, everywhere. I will be with you, everything I will do for you. Say you love me forever, never stop, never, whatever, near and far and always and everywhere and everything. I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. I want to know right now, what will it be? I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. Will it be yes or will it be? Sorry, step back, you're dancing kind of close. I feel a little on you. Girl, I know you felt it. Oh, you know I can't help it. You know what I want to do, so kiss me. Beneath the milky twilight, lead me out on the moonlit floor. Lift your open hand, strike up the band, and make the fireflies dance. Silver moon sparkling. Tick tock, you don't stop to the tick tock, you don't stop to the tick tock, you don't stop to the tick tock, you don't stop. Wake up! I wanna sex you up. I wanna sex you up. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. I said, what about breakfast at Tiffany? She said, I think I remember the film, and as I recall, I really kind of liked it. And I said, well, that's one thing we got. And I want to thank you for the best day of my life. And oh, just to be with you, the best day of my life. As the days go by, I don't know. I am walking on the water. I close my eyes and my it's in the air. If you haven't been for Cotton Eye Joe, I've been married long ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Rush, rush. Hurry, hurry, lover, come to me. I wanna see you free with me. I can feel you all through me. Ooh, what you do to me on that morning when this life is over. I know I see your face, 'cause
'cause I love you always, forever, near and far, close and together, everywhere. I will be with you, everything I will do for the best soy latte that you ever had. And me. We had Michael Jackson song in there, and then we felt bad.
What was it? Shoot. I can't even remember.
I can't either. There's one Michael Jackson song that literally no one knows any words to, because I quizzed all of my friends, and everyone's like, "What's that?" And what song is that?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm losing it. Oh yeah.
Don't stop till you get enough.
Keep on with the force, don't stop. Anyone know that? Don't stop till you get enough. And it's funny watching people dance to that song because they're like, and people pretend like they know the words. It's really funny. What's our next song? Oh, I know. Oh, okay. So this song used to be about something entirely different, and then last week we changed who it's about. Which you can't really do.
Ricky got a text message at 3:48
in
the morning
on a Tuesday
from a guy who never even had once hit on Ricky.
No, I've never dated him. I've known him for like 5 years. Haven't talked to him in at least a year. And I got a random like booty call message. I'm like, what the hell? It was we've listened to it so many times that it goes like this. Harry, this is Malcolm calling because I'm drunk and I know you won't judge me. Let's get into some shit. Crazy shit. Naked. Alcohol. Shit just got real. That's the message. And he just hangs up. We're like, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing.
And so last week we're in a casino near Seattle, and like there were like 900 people there, and this old lady in the front row goes, "Why don't you call him?"
Yeah. Oh, I played the message for the audience, by the way, because I was just feeling inspired.
And so Ricky had her phone right there, and Ricky goes, "Yeah," and like I'm like, "Don't do it."
So I called him on speakerphone in front of 900 people, and I obviously didn't call him back when he left me that message, and I was like, so, remember that message you left me a couple weeks ago? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm on stage and I just played it for people. And he was like, what?
You're like, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, and he's like, not good. And I was like, okay, well, now we're even. For giving me the message, I guess. And he's like, okay, bye. It was horrible.
But this song
is now for him, yeah. You text at 3 in the morning and you misspell my name. You slept with half my friends on Facebook and most of them think you are lame. You say that with me it's different and you're not that big of a dick. And if you disappear it's cause you're busy, not cause you're with some other chick. I know that this might be uncouth, but I decided to tell you the truth. My self-esteem's not low enough to date you. It's close, but not quite there. Give me time to get a little more rejected. You and I could make an awesome pair. A totally awesome pair. I seem like your perfect target, like I've been lonely for too long. You think I haven't had sex in forever, and I'll admit that you're not wrong, but I would rather have no one than this crap. Let me reaffirm, I wouldn't touch your dick if I'd been poisoned, and the antidote was in your sperm. This might be uncouth, but I decided to tell you the truth. My self-esteem's not low enough to date you. It's close, but not quite there. Give me time to get a little more desperate, and you and I could make an awesome pair. A totally awesome pair. I don't know if you know that song's dedicated to him now. What's next? Oh, yeah.
This next song, we ended up on CNN because of it. But it was a very slow news day that day. So they made a meal out of Ricky and I making a song about sleeping with dogs.
Yeah, well, it was like during the whole Prop 8 thing, and Pat Robertson. Anyone ever watch 700 Club? This show that he has. It's amazing. he's just a bastion of wisdom. And anyway, he equated legalizing gay marriage with legalizing sex with ducks. But he only said ducks, like he didn't say the other animals. That's weird. Like, I feel like that's gotta be pretty low down on the bestiality list. I don't even know if it's on the list, but maybe.
Maybe it is now.
Yeah. What's on his list? And so we wrote a song for him. Pat Robertson once said, it's a long downward slide that'll lead to legalizing sex with ducks if two men can stand side by side. And God, I hope he's right, cause if gay marriage becomes lawful, gonna find myself a duck and legally do something awful. Ducks, sex with ducks, we'll do it in the rain. Ducks, yeah, ducks. Got those web feet on my brain. We'll find a pond, we'll find a puddle. Put your wicked mind and we'll cuddle. It's a feeling I can't name, when sex with ducks and gay marriage are one and the same. Gonna goose that goose, gonna quack that swan, gonna rub my ducky all night long, gonna whack that mallet till its feathers bloom, gonna Huey, Dewey, Louie all over the room. Gonna give it to you, dive into your gold until you say DuckTales. Woohoo! Ducks, sex with ducks, we'll do it in the rain. Ducks, yeah, ducks, those feathered bodies are insane. We'll find a pond, we'll find a puddle. I'll be the wind beneath your wings and we'll cuddle. It's a feeling I can't name, when sex with ducks and gay marriage are one and the same. One and the same.
So yeah, this song happened because Ricky was sort of kind of dating this guy, but every time he went on a date with Ricky, he brought his friend along.
Yeah, we went out like 5 or 6 times. I mean, he would like hold my hand and stuff, so it kind of felt like a date, but Steve was always there, and I'm like, I didn't quite understand what was going on, and I was finally like, well, we can be friends, or we at least have to hang out alone like once, and he's like, oh yeah. And then right before we were supposed to hang out alone, he canceled. And so Kate and I wrote this song for him the next day. Well, we already had plans for the next night, unfortunately, but before they came to pick us up.
We went to the Mexican circus. Have you ever been to the Mexican circus? We should go.
It's once a year in the back of the 99-cent store downtown. It's
like an Alameda.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's very dangerous.
It's so low rent, but they do the same stuff. Like, they're like that high up, but the nets don't look safe. they're like in actual danger.
And the same man that's like training the poodles to like do the conga line is also like throwing knives at his wife and then riding a motorcycle.
In like the cage, yeah. There's like 6 people who work there.
Multi-talented.
They have to be, or they'll die.
Or the people watching too.
Yeah.
It was scary.
So anyway, so while they were coming to pick us up for the circus, we wrote this song for this guy, and then like 3 days later we played it at a show, and he was there. And this is the first time we like played a song and the person was like in the audience. I didn't know. I thought there was a possibility he would come, but I didn't really think he would. And he was like, I just saw his head go like. They told the whole story. I was just like, oh, fuck it. You know? He's like right there. So this is what he heard. Candlelight and moonlight all around us. I look into your eyes. You hold my hand underneath the table, and I can't disguise the way I feel. I could have wished 1,000 wishes for this night. I can't believe that it's finally me and you and you and me, just us and your friend Steve. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do, Steve. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do, Lee. What's the deal with your friend Steve? Oh, hey, how's it going? Took me out for waffles and to the movies. I was hoping for romance. You even took me to the Mexican circus. I thought there was a chance we'd be alone. I could have wished 1,000 wishes for Steve to disappear. What the fuck's What's your fucking problem? Why is he always here? Do-do-do-do-do-do-do, Steve. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Go away. What's the deal with your friend Steve? Oh, hey, how's it going? It's not that I don't like your friend, but how many hours with him can you spend? And it's not that I don't think he's great, but it's only you, only you. I want a fillet. Okay, Steve, I think you may be, and that would be alright. But let a bitch know just what your steez is, so I know if I should shave tonight. I could have wished 1,000 wishes, cause I like to be with you. But if it's always me and you and your friend Steve, there's nothing I can do, Steve. Do. Seriously, what's the deal with your friend Steve?
Actually, I don't even care how Steve is.
Yeah, me neither. He wasn't super happy with me after that song. But one of my friends pointed out, any song where you say you're gonna fillet someone, a lot of things are forgiven. So we're still friends.
When we were writing the song, I wrote the word date. You're the only one I want to date. And then Ricky came over and crossed it and then wrote fillet. I said, okay.
I'd already gone on dates with him. Anyway, what do we have? Oh, yeah, 2 more songs. Yeah, okay. So, this next one happened. Is anyone pregnant here? No? Okay.
Sure.
Okay, good. This happened because I was with 3 friends of mine, they were all pregnant, and they were just talking about, blah, 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 and stuff, I don't know. And I was just standing there, and one of them turned to me out of nowhere, and she's like, wait, Ricky, what do you even do all day? And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, I just can't remember what I did before I was pregnant, because it all just seems so meaningless. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go write a song. And so, I called Kate, like, we gotta write about this bitch. Pregnant women are smug. Everyone knows it, nobody says it because they're pregnant. Effing son of a gun. You think you're so deep now, you give me the creeps now that you're pregnant. I can't count all the ways how you speak in cliches now. So, do you want a boy or a girl?
No, it doesn't matter as long as it's healthy.
Really? Because I don't feel like those two things are related at all. It's not like one or the other.
No.
You don't have to
as long
choose.
As it's healthy.
Okay. I can't wait to hear someone say, don't care if it's brain dead, don't care if it's limbless, if it has a penis. But pregnant women are smug, and everyone knows it, nobody says it because they're pregnant. This end world you're enjoying makes you really annoying. So is it a boy or a girl?
No, we know, but we're not telling.
What are you gonna name it?
No, we know, but we're not telling.
Who's the father?
No, we know, but we're not telling.
Bitch, I don't really care. I was being polite now since you have no life now that you're pregnant. You say you're walking on air. You think that you're glowing, but you have been hoeing and now you're pregnant. You're just giving birth now. You're not Mother Earth now. Yeah, I have a lot of going on. I got married, I moved, I wrote a novel.
Everything just seems so trivial now that I'm pregnant.
I also helped end all that violence at the Toyota factory.
You know, I can't even really remember what I did before I was pregnant. Everything just seems so meaningless.
Pregnant women are smug. Everyone knows it. Nobody says it because they're pregnant. Inside of the cover. You think you're so deep now, you give me the creeps now. Now that you're pregnant.
But it's, well, as you could probably guess when we walked out here, you were probably thinking this, but Ricky and I, we're rappers. So we wrote a song, well, a rap about the phenomenon that's happening lately.
Yeah, Jersey Shore has brought this to light a lot more since we wrote this song. Yo, DJ, hit us up.
We roll into the bar, cause that's how we do. Garfunkel, and the rest of the crew. Give $1 to my homegirl and watch that bitch go. She hits up the jukebox and puts on Jim Croce.
Operator, can you help me place that call? Oh, we're laughing and talking and the drinks are flowing, and I'm liking the direction this night is going. But then I look up and something has changed. Everyone around us looks fucking deranged.
I look to my left, I look to my right. Nothing but Von Dutch hats in sight. With super tight abs and super tan skin. I swear this ain't the club that I walked in.
The techno music starts to play, and the room smells like Axe body spray. I'm like gold in my ear with no gold in my ear. Please tell me what the hell happened here.
Yo, it ain't pretty, but you know it's the truth. This party just took a turn for the douche.
For the douche, for the douche, for the motherfucking douche. Thought it was a perfect party. Now it's just a lot of Ed Hardy.
This party just took a turn for the douche.
Guess I can't beat him, so I'm gonna join him. Need some douche phrases, and I'm gonna coin him. Put my Bluetooth in, and I'm on my way.
Gonna be a motherfucking douchebag today. Gonna groom my beard like a bonsai tree. Wax off my chest like Mr. Miyagi. Got a Chinese tat, don't know what it means, but it makes me look deep to girls in their teeth.
Don't need sleeves on my shirt, just rip them off. And leave them exposed like Bernie Madoff. They tan so brown you can call me Foxy. Gonna pop my collar like Limba pops Oxy.
Got more chains than Mr. T, and I pity the fuckwad who messes with me. Cause I'm doing roids till my balls get teeny like Dennis Quaid in inner space. Up inside the weenie.
Getting crunk on broskies with my broskies. Cooler than Ice Cube wearing snow skis. Sweeter than the life of Zach and Cody.
Higher than the voice of Truman Capote. Yeah, I'll drop a G for that bottle of goose. This party just took a turn for the douche.
For the douche, for the douche, for the motherfucking douche. Thought it was a perfect party. Now it's just a lot of Ed Hardy.
This party just took a turn for the douche. We're an army in the night like Norman Mailer, and it's time to be a tool like my name is Tim Taylor. I'm a VIP cause my table said so. I'ma use some rupees cause the skank said no. I like my hair like I like my girl's drinks, spiked as fuck.
I stand like General Custer, and I'm assessing the damage like a claims adjuster. I ain't your daddy, but I'll call you son. Yeah, I got metaphysical like fucking John Dunn.
I'm holding up the beats like I was Lloyd Dobler. Girls are on the dance floor shaking their cobbler. I'm cool like LL, fly like Jeff Goldblum, and I'm gonna find the biggest hoe in this room.
Rose Wax is Brazilian, her manicure's French. Jean Nate is her signature stench. She's got rocks on her fingers and beneath her areolas. Her garden's more savage and a cherry cola.
Her heels are as clear as my intentions to bang her. Hope she's birth controlled like Margaret Sanger. Gonna boners to boner, Mike Seaver, her beaver, take her gold for cash, then motherfucking leave her. I ain't in love with you, cousin. I ain't George Michael Bluth. This party just took a turn for the douche. For the douche, for the motherfucking douche. Thought it was a perfect party. Now it's just a lot of Ed Hardy. This party just took a turn for the douche, for the douche, for the motherfucking douche. Thought it was a perfect party. Now it's just a lot of Ed Hardy. This party just took a turn for the douche. Fuck you. Word to your face
And your mother.
Thank you guys.
Listen, people, thank you for coming. Thank you to Garfunkel and Oates and all of our comics. Let's hear it for everybody one more time. Thank you to Jake and Lily for amazing times and do jokkery. Y'all done good. Feel free to keep the goodness going. There's still snackery and boozery and taco truckery to be had outside P to the Is-S. The envelopes that are your tickets. Yep, the tickets are envelopes. There, I said it all. If you feel like making an additional donation, you may do so in that envelope and put it in the donation box. Mean Hoozles. Enjoy the rest of your night. You're awesome.